OXIF congratulates Mark Bisso for being selected as a winner of the 2016 30 Under 40 program.
We're here with Mark Bisso, who is 38 years old and Managing Director of OXIF Capital Management Group. Welcome.
Thank you.
So please describe your role at OXIF.
Sure. So I'm a Managing Director at OXIF Capital, and I co-head the firm's private energy equity business. With that role, I'm responsible for managing the business on a day-to-day basis with my partner, as well as sourcing and structuring new transactions, and then ultimately working through those investments through the investment life cycle.
What is OXIF's approach to energy investing?
I think if you kind of try to break down our approach into kind of three key areas, I think one, it's a focus on the middle market. And it's not necessarily a function of the size checks that we cut, but more we just see the value proposition in that segment of the market that are much more attractive than if you go upscale. I think a second key point is our flexibility on structuring. We're not set in any one particular investment structure, so I think being able to be creative and coming up with win-win solutions for companies is really valuable, particularly in this pricing environment where you have a pretty bid-ask spread between buyer and sellers on certain asset transactions. And I think third, we generally take a pretty proactive, hands-on approach to investing with our management teams. And this isn't necessarily us trying to step on the toes of our teams, but kind of really figuring out the value proposition that we could be productive in these relationships and really kind of create complementary relationships to manage investments going forward.
Why focus on the middle market?
We choose to focus on the middle market for a lot of reasons, but maybe kind of focusing on a couple. One, the value proposition we find pretty attractive. One, you're dealing with a pretty inefficient seller's market in a lot of cases. And two, when you kind of buy wholesale, when we kind of get into these investments, we're spending a lot of time to kind of build these assets to scale and de-risk the profile, which ultimately sells at a significantly lower cost of capital as you kind of go upscale in the marketplace. I think the second aspect is really kind of our ability to work and help with these teams in the middle market. We kind of bring a lot of different value creation aspects to these relationships, and we're generally finding that working with middle market teams, that could turn into some pretty productive relationships.
Thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me. Definitely enjoyed the conversation.
Okay. For more videos like this, please visit oilandgasinvestor.com.